In an African village named Zawadi, the land had become arid and barren. For months, not a drop of rain had touched the ground. The rivers had dried up, crops were dying, and animals were succumbing to thirst. The villagers, desperate, prayed each day for a miracle. Among them, a young warrior named Temba stood out for his bravery and dedication. One evening, as the elders gathered under the palava tree, the village sage, Ndidi, revealed an ancient prophecy. One day, a warrior with a pure heart will undertake a dangerous journey to find the source of life, a sacred water spring hidden beyond mountains and deserts. Temba, feeling the weight of responsibility, volunteered. Armed with his courage and his people's blessings, he prepared to face the unknown to save Zawadi. Temba began his journey by crossing the burning Shai Desert. The dunes stretched as far as the eye could see, and the intense heat tested his endurance. Each step seemed more difficult than the last. But Temba remembered the faces of his family and village, which gave him the strength to continue. After several days of walking, he met a caravan of nomadic merchants. The caravan leader, a wise old man named Bravery, offered him water and provisions. In exchange, Temba shared his story. Impressed by the young warrior's determination, Bravery gave him an ancient map indicating the path to the Valley of Mauritius, where he could find clues about the sacred water source. After leaving the desert, Temba reached the enchanted forest of Nyoka, a mysterious and dangerous place where dense vegetation hid many traps. The trees seemed to whisper among themselves, and strange creatures lurked in the shadows. Temba carefully made his way, using his sword to cut through the vines and branches that obstructed his progress. One evening, while setting up his camp, he was attacked by a group of shadow warriors, guardians of the forest who protected its secrets. Temba, with his agility and bravery, managed to repel them, but he realized he had to earn their respect to receive their help. He spoke to the chief of the shadow warriors, an imposing man named Mbogo, and explained his quest. Mbogo, impressed by his courage, offered him a protective talisman and valuable advice on finding the source of life. Guided by Mbogo's talisman, Temba reached the Moon Mountains, snowy and formidable peaks where few dared to venture. The air was icy, and each step in the snow was a battle against nature. At the summit of a mountain, Temba met an old shaman named Nyasha, who lived alone in a cave. Nyasha knew the legend of the source of life and agreed to help him. She revealed that he had to find the heart of the mountain, a precious stone hidden in a secret cave, to activate the sacred source. Nyasha guided him to the entrance of the cave, but Temba had to enter alone. The cave was dark and labyrinthine, filled with ancient traps. After hours of searching, he finally found the heart of the mountain, a gem of indescribable beauty. With the heart of the mountain in hand, Temba descended from the mountains and followed the map's directions to a secret valley. There, he found an ancient door adorned with symbols, the last barrier leading to the source of life. But he was not alone. Nia, an evil witch seeking to seize the power of the source for herself, appeared to block his path. She summoned spirits and dark creatures to battle him. Temba, with the strength and wisdom gained during his journey, fought valiantly. During the fight, Temba used Mbogo's talisman and the heart of the mountain to counter Nia's spells. Eventually, he managed to destroy the witch's scepter, the source of her powers, and Nia vanished in a scream of rage. With Nia defeated, Temba opened the ancient door and entered a luminous cave. At the center was the source of life, a fountain of crystalline water emitting a soft and benevolent light. Temba, moved and grateful, filled a gourd with sacred water. On the return journey, each drop of this water seemed to revive the parched land he crossed. Plants blossomed, and rivers began to flow again. Temba knew that the village of Zawadi would be saved. Temba returned to Zawadi amid the cheers of its inhabitants. He poured the sacred water into the village well, and immediately, clear and pure. Water gushed out, marking the end of the drought. The villagers danced and sang, celebrating the return of their hero. The sage Ndidi, proud and moved, proclaimed that Temba had not only saved the village but had also proven that courage and determination could overcome the greatest obstacles. Temba, humble, thanked his friends met along the way and shared the lessons learned during his journey. The village of Zawadi thrived under Temba's protection, who became a respected and wise leader. He married the chief's daughter, Ayo, and together, they ensured that the village remained united and strong. The tales of his quest were told from generation to generation, inspiring the young to be courageous and determined. Temba built a school to teach children the importance of nature and ancient knowledge. The lessons learned from his journey were engraved in the collective memory, reminding everyone that even in the darkest moments, hope and courage could light the way. The years passed, but Temba's deeds were never forgotten. The villagers erected a statue in his honor in the village center, symbolizing courage, determination, and love for his people. Children, playing near the statue, listened attentively as the elders recounted the story of Temba and the quest for the sacred water. This legend continued to live, inspiring new generations to be courageous, just, and respectful of nature. Temba, with the help of his wife Ayo, ensured that the traditions and lessons learned during his journey were preserved. Together, they encouraged the villagers to maintain the balance between nature and civilization, to respect the spirits of the forest and the earth, and to always seek the wisdom of the elders. One day, as Temba meditated near the source of life, he felt a benevolent presence. Nyasha, the old shaman of the Moon Mountains, appeared before him. She explained that the source of life was a blessing from the ancient spirits for those who respected and protected nature. It is time, she said, to pass this wisdom to another guardian. Nyasha handed Temba a luminous crystal, symbolizing the connection between the world of the living and that of the spirits. This crystal, she added, will allow communication with the spirits of nature and maintain harmony in the village. Temba accepted this new responsibility with humility. He returned to the village and explained to his people the importance of the crystal and the source of life. The villagers, aware of the importance of their role, committed to continue living in harmony with nature and protecting this sacred gift. As the years passed, Temba formed a group of young warriors and sages called the Guardians of Nature. Their mission was to watch over the source of life, protect the village from any threat, and pass on ancestral teachings. Each year, during the harvest festival, the Guardians organized a grand ceremony to honor the spirits of nature and thank the source of life. This celebration became a moment of communion and gratitude, strengthening the bonds between the villagers and their environment. One day, a mysterious traveler arrived in Zawadi. He wore strange clothes and spoke an unknown language. The villagers, initially wary, quickly realized that this stranger, named Kito, was a messenger from the stars, a being from a distant realm who came to share knowledge about the universe and spiritual energies. Kito and Temba became friends, sharing their stories and knowledge. Kito taught the villagers how to use cosmic energies to improve their lives and protect nature. In return, Temba showed him the wonders of the source of life and the cultural riches of Zawadi. Over time, the village of Zawadi became a center of wisdom and peace, attracting visitors from all walks of life. The teachings of Temba and Kito spread, creating a great unity among the peoples of the region. Alliances were formed, and conflicts diminished. Temba, now elderly, watched with pride the fruits of his efforts. He knew his people were ready to continue without him. Before departing to join the spirits of the ancients, he passed the crystal to his son, Liko, a wise and courageous young man. Liko, with the help of the Guardians of Nature, continued his father's work. Under his guidance, the village of Zawadi prospered, remaining an example of respect and harmony with nature. The source of life continued to bless the village, and the tales of Temba and his exploits inspired future generations. The children grew up learning to protect and honor nature, thus perpetuating the legacy of their ancestors. The legend of Temba, the warrior with a pure heart, became a source of inspiration and pride for all. Thus, Temba's quest for the sacred water was not only an epic adventure to save his village but also an eternal lesson on courage, unity, and respect for nature. The villagers of Zawadi continued to live in peace, guided by the teachings and legacy of their heroic ancestor, Temba.